Institute, they certified a company that is called Rokosan Organic Fertilizer Production Line that has partnered with Jabang Job, that is a local business entity in the Gambia. We have them here today after they have successfully been certified by NARI, and that they've also trained local farmers, I believe. And on the 16th, you have an upcoming event that is to also, again, certify your local ambassadors. And that is why we have you guys here to talk about the initiative. First, I will start with you, Mr. Kamara. You're welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Madam Diva. Thank you so much.
And I also have Adam. I think I must struggle to pronounce your last name, but I will leave that. You're welcome to the program too.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you are the representative from where?
I'm a representative from company Reavia, and we are here presenting the technology of Rokosan.
And Mr. Job?
Yeah, I'm from Jabang Job and Associates, a local company established in the Gambia.
It is important that we have Mr. Kamara here from NARI because when you look at it, you are the head of it all from the Ministry of Agriculture. I just want to know what criteria did you set first and how did you vet it before you certified the Rokosan team to start operations in the Gambia?
Thank you, Madam Diva, for that brilliant question. So what we do at NARI is to receive sample of fertilizers from the manufacturers or the suppliers, and then subject the fertilizer to tests. Series of tests. Laboratory tests are conducted, and then tests are conducted also using the plant at field level. And then also tests are conducted prior and after the application of this fertilizer to the growth medium, which is the soil. Very important. So these are the series of tests that we conducted at NARI before we can say, oh, a fertilizer A, B, or C is fit for usage in our crop production system in the Gambia. Yes.
That is something that's very important. My next question will be directed to Mr. Adam. Just tell us more. Tell us more about your company, what you do generally, but what is specifically your target in the Gambia? What do you want to achieve?
So we at Reavia, we are the one spearheading the investments and development of our projects all over Africa. Thanks to our partners from Jabang Job, we established ourselves in Gambia more than 3 years ago. First of all, we conducted a testing with Dr. Kamara in NARI. It was an experimental phase of the project, which basically is now heading to another phase, because we are producers of organic fertilizers based on animal byproducts like hooves and horns, sheep wool, and poultry feathers. And basically what we are trying to do here in Gambia is to build a factory which will supply Gambia with locally produced organic fertilizers from renewable resources using your local waste. And basically what I wanted to say in the beginning, that thanks to the help of Slovak Minister of Foreign Affairs and Slovak Aid Program, we were able to get the financing of our initial phases of the product, like demonstrations and sensitivation. But currently we are moving forward into another phases of the project, which is directly construction of the factory.
Okay, so that is what you are going to do. Yes. Okay, that is the next step for you. That
yes.
Is to construct the
it's going to take place next year, basically.
Okay.
So we are already in the stages where we have a land. We already know when the machinery is coming. So basically, I would say it's not just a vision, but it's a concrete plan.
Okay, thank you so much. And now to Mr. Jabang, right?
Job.
Mr. Job, sorry, Mr. Job. I just want you to tell me for your business's stance when it comes to this initiative.
Yeah, I think our business have been running before the Rokosan people came, that's the Revere. And we have been involved in a lot of different things in agricultural areas like consultancy and training and also in construction and landscaping. But since they came, we really concentrated on this because it's not an easy task. One would say, it's business. Why don't you just bring your stuff and sell?
Yeah.
What is a different business? Here we have a corporate corporate responsibility, whereby we think that we have a quota to at least contribute to the national development, whereby our product, we want people to understand it, especially small-scale farmers, to understand it and accept it and also be able to use it properly. So it's not just like we stand to get money, but we want the proper utilization so that it can change lives, whereby we hope to increase food security and hope that in the near future, Gambia won't buy rice outside, won't make a lot of crops imported. So definitely that's why it's taking time. For 3 years you are in a business, you don't have any earning, it's not easy. But definitely this is the reason behind it. We want to make good awareness to farmers. But as he said, thanks to Slovakian aid, because had it been that with lack of income, they don't support us, we won't be able to go to farmers, meet them, do training, do a lot of sensitization. And even this program that we are in today, it would have been very difficult for us to be able to achieve it. But because of that, we thought that we should start with that so that our products will be accepted and it will come to the best use of what we hope it to be. And definitely we are getting good results because also we were fortunate to be able to give some samples to farmers.
To try.
Yeah, to try for themselves, because we said in
and
one
what was the results like?
Yeah, so at least definitely, aside from the research results, there are amazing results also coming from farmers.
Okay, that's
And
okay.
definitely that has made us to be very, very, very happy and hope that definitely things can also mature to a level that our partner have seen. Okay, secondly, it has been growing in lines because these are two projects. The first project was just mainly for sensitization and enabling, just mainly sensitization and making availability of the resources. But had it been that the first phase of the project was not successful, we won't have the opportunity to get this factory. So then I commend also all the partners involved, the Jabang Job team, the government team. So everybody was just trying hard to make sure that the first phase has gone through. We are almost at the end. So, and we thank God that definitely they have appreciated the efforts, and that has also earned us the factory. So that is where we are right now.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll come back to you again, Mr. Kamara. From what I have here, there's liquid organic fertilizers. They're set to create sustainable soil health. They're going to promote food security. I think he just attested to that. But they're also good for economic resilience through climate smart agricultural initiatives. Fertilizer issues we've had farmers encounter that here a lot. I just want to know what makes this one stand out. Why is this one so unique to the ones we have here already?
Yes, I think the first answer that one could give is purely organic.
Organic, okay.
Yes, because the sources, they've mentioned it here, these are from animal parts like hoofs, horns, and feathers. These are purely organic products that could have otherwise been left out in the system and cause some environmental nuisance and contaminations, if you would like. So them being organic in naturally 100% organic, that alone makes them stand alone. Also added to this is the processes, the manufacturing processes that took place to make this fertilizer into liquid form, and then also in the required concentration manner. You see, because the challenge with organic fertilizers in general is that the quantity that is required by the plant, it's not always available for you to be able to adequately produce that quantity. Because what happens with organic fertilizers, they are normally not highly concentrated with nutrient material. One. Secondly, also it takes time before these nutrient materials are disintegrated into usable format for the plant to be able to use it. Okay, through these industrial processes that Rokosan and Revia it deploy, they were able to extract the nutrient element in high concentrations into this liquid format. And then also, if you check fertilizer, if you look at the fate of fertilizer in the soil into the system, in the environmental system in which fertilizers are put into, fertilizers are subjected to numerous forms of losses. You would say volatilization, leaching is a major cause of fertilizer losses into the system, especially in the Gambian soils, purely because our soils are made out of what we call continental thermal sandstone. So they are not usually rich in organic matter content, which will be helpful for retaining the nutrient. So if there is, if you put solid fertilizer into the soil, and unfortunately there comes a rain, you know, will be high level of leaching, and then it will drain down to certain.
The soil doesn't absorb it the way it needs.
The soil doesn't hold it. It doesn't hold the water. The water holding capacities of our soil is very low because of the sandy nature of our soils. So with high rainfall, you know, downpour of rainfall, you will see that a lot of leaching will happen. The fertilizer will go at a depth beyond the reach of the plant roots. And then eventually they found themselves mostly into our water systems. And then this can cause other challenges, contamination of drinking water sources, you know. So, but also volatilization into the atmosphere is very, very common way of losing fertilizer into the system, and then this also contributes to greenhouse gases, if you would like. For example, during our farming practices, if we lose nitrogen in the form of nitrous oxide into the atmosphere, we know that nitrous oxide is one of the most prominent greenhouse gases that is causing a great effect on the climate the climate change that we are facing now. So with this liquid formation, the chances of this occurring is very minimal. The chances of them losing through volatilization is very minimal, and then when they land onto the soil, you'll see that that level of soil moisture from the spray that reaches to the soil would be easily absorbed by the soil without necessarily leaching out into the system. So in other words, also, when you look at plant science, scientists have also established that plants can absorb fertilizers through their surface, through their leaf area, through the branches and all that. So in this way, it's more effective to have the plant absorb it from the leaf, from the shoot system and the root system in combination than when you put solid fertilizer into the soil, and then you will see that it's only available to the roots.
With this one is liquid, it means you can
spread it on the leaves, and the leaf can absorb quite a lot of nutrient in this format. So this way, this makes this fertilizer very unique for me. And this is actually what the results are showing out from the field. When we conducted field tests on various field crops, key food crops in the Gambia. This includes groundnut, maize, and then tomato and onion. You see that these are very important crops in our cropping system in the Gambia. So the results are showing amazing. The results are showing significantly high values compared to the conventional solid NPK fertilizer that we use here. So in that scenario, where we combine the conventional NPK with the foliar fertilizer, we have even significant higher yield compared to all other treatments. So that being the case, I think Rokosan, the liquid fertilizer is a unique one.
Yeah, that's very clear. Mr. Adam, I just want to ask, I know that you've trained farmers on the use of the fertilizer, but what about the production? What about the local people? Since you are going to be establishing a factory in the country, are you going to be training some of the local people in how to produce this fertilizer?
Yes, of course. This is the part of our project. Basically, is not to just bring the product or the production itself, but it's a transfer of technology and knowledge. Basically, with our partners, we are localizing the right adepts who can be trained how to operate the machines. We already have some small packaging facility near Yundum, and basically we already identified few individuals who could then also work with us in a production facility here. What I want to say about applicability of the technology, it's the amazing thing is that it's applicable in any country in the world.
Okay.
The machinery itself can be placed at any slaughterhouse around the world, basically utilizing the fertilizer locally from the local resources. We minimize the logistical costs, we minimize the need for transport, and what Dr. Kamara mentioned is that what we are proud of is the efficiency of the fertilizer. That what we want to bring to the Gambian farmers is that they will have very potent, locally made product, which can replace traditional granular fertilizer, which will help them with the logistics. Because as we know, imported fertilizer, until it reach the farmer in the far regions, it can be a logistical problem. But if they can just bring few liters with themselves to the farmland and they can replace the fertilization needs, this is what also motivates us to bring the production closer to the people.
Okay, thank you so much. My concern now, Mr. Joe, would be the affordability and accessibility of the fertilizer for farmers, the local farmers.
I think,
yes.
You are right. Looking at the government policy for fertilizer is really emphasizing the key points that you have just mentioned.
Affordability.
Yeah, because if it is available and farmers cannot afford it, you have a
There's
problem.
no point, yeah.
And the third one is the sustainability. Because we know that government have been placing a lot of subsidization on fertilizer. And we think that if it goes for some years, definitely to sustain it, the farmers would have the capacity. They should be rich enough to say no now to government subsidy. That's what we are now targeting. And we hope that if this factory is around, definitely even the transport cost, from Slovakia to the government is another thing. Now we are going to establish in the country, and most of the resources are all local. Because today we visited the abattoir and we found definitely some of the things that are really even becoming havoc to some of, like some of the hoofs. They don't like it, and those are the things that we even wanted to just grab and make good use of it. So at least then the affordability is just going to be there, because the production cost is going to be lower. And also there is no transportation. Also, we are making it in the Gambia. So definitely we hope farmers will be able to afford it, especially if we start with possibly government subsidy if possible. But we don't want government subsidy to continue, because that's not sustainable. Because the farmers should be rich enough to be able to buy fertilizer, because our fertilizer is also giving you about 30% extra of what you should have got. So if you help a farmer to be able to use our fertilizer for some years, definitely they will be economically viable.
Thank you. Okay, I just want you to break that down in Wolof,
Yeah.
because you're talking to the local farmers, and it's important that they get the message right and they understand.
Yeah, okay, that's
Yes.
quite right. Comme liñ doon waxtaan nii yëpp si affaire yi suñ kàllaama gan yi mu ngi mel nii rek muy affaire yi engrais bi. Moom seen compagnie bi mu ngi tudd Rokosan Revia. Rokosan moom mooy seen ndey compagnie bi. Revia daanaka moom moo amee business bi. Léegi ñoom bu ñu ñëwee si Gambia bi fii yàlla ñun lañ leen booleel pour ñu mun a liggéey. Ñoom nag seen liggéey li si gën a bari yëpp mooy naka la ñoo defaree engrais tos boo xam ne dafa jógee si nga xam ne yàlla moo ko indi, comme si garab yi wala mu jógee si jur gi, li nga xam ne ñun loolu lañ gënoon a xam. waaye di nga gis ne compagnie bi li moo liggéey mooy dañ gis ne li gën a am doole si tos mooy jël weyi jur gi, der bi ak béjjin yi, parce que yooyu soo ko munee wal ba mu mokk di ko togga ba mu ñor dafa nekk engrais boo xam ne bu am fayda la. mu ngi mel ni ñoom loolu mooy seen liggéey. bu ñu gisee loolu nag bu ñu waxtaanee ak ñun ñu wan leen ne ñu itam yàgg nañoo xalaat lii, parce que ñoom suñu maas gi nga xam ne dañ yàggal si training ak développement ñu bari xam nañ ko. lu ëpp ñaar fukki at ñu ngi def ay compost ak lu nekk. foo naay docteur tam wax na ko fi mu ne pour am si lu doy moo day jafe. dem nañ ba soo demee si dex gi gars yi dañoo takk seen nag yi si tool yi, waaye di nga gis ne loolu duy doy. puppi xar itam du doy puppi ganaar yi du doy waaye dañ gis ne lii su fekkee am nañ machine bu am doole bi ko mun a liggéey ba nga xam ne dañ si mun a am lu doy wax dëgg yàlla loolu moo tax ñoom ñu ñëw léegi si biir loolu tam ñëw bi ñu bari dañoo laaj waaw yéen lu tax ñëw leen rek ngeen jaay parce que ñun ñetti at a ngi nii mënuñoo fexe ba jaay lii tax mo loolu mooy dañ gis ne lii dëgg la utam xaalis baax na si waaye nga li nga indi muy lu baax nga fexe ba seeni borom mun koo jëfandoo ni mu waree ñu xam ko ni mu waree ñu mun a am nag ngëneel bu si nekk lii moo indi tardement bi ba pare gis nañ ne ñu itam wax dëgg yàlla am nañ suñ cër pour liy war a yóbbu réew mi kanam si biir loolu moo tax biñ ñëwee ñu indi tuuti jox ko borom xam-xam yi mooy gars yi naar yi ñu gëstu ko bu njëkk bi dañ ko gëstu gis ne baax na te indiwul benn jafe-jafe si tool yi si suuf si ba tax na ñoom ñu jox ñu certificat waaye bu certificat bi génne sax ñun kontaanuñu ñu ne benn tey ñun xam nañ ne baax na waaye ñi si suuf xamaguñ ne baax na mooy béykat yi looloo tax ñu indi yàlla dimbali ñu amaat beneen projet bu ñu ko bindee ñoom seen nguur gi nangu ko parce que seen nguur gi tam bu ñu gisee ñun suñ taxawaay si mbir yi si la ñu nangul projet boobu mooy indi lan ñu gën a Gambian béykat yi Gambia yi si mbir yi parce que ñëpp ñuy wax organique mooy liy nobal suuf luy dekkil suuf waaye di nga gis ne bii soo gisee mu jël lii mooy dafa uteeg bi nga xam ne moo fi nekkoon parce que bale da ngay jël rek di suy bii nag ndox la ñëwee dafa nekk ndox léegi nag loolu yëpp su fekkee am na ay jafe-jafe te seeni borom demuñ ba mun koo xam ni ñu ko war a xamee demuñ ko ba mun koo jëfoo ni ñu ko war a jëfoo da ngaa gis ne njëriñ bi dafa des te suñ ko commencé di jëfoo rek njëriñ bi des rek dañoo ne lii baaxut te fekk baax na waaye ñu sant yàlla bi nga xamee ne am nañ projet boobu pour gën leen koo wan ñoom it neen ñu mun koo xool ba gis ne baax na waaye yàlla def na ñu ngi am xibaar yu baax si ñu ko mosaloon ba ñu ngi wax ne daal lii am na solo te baax na.
jërëjëf Mr Camara lafta dorong comme yema fono dorong nga firi manika Camara bari mel be jibe kan senelal jamal bi they would like to understand even when fokan surtout ñimu fertilizer kutolti me alon ko jimaleng me alon ko aning itol ko fertilizer me use no nga fotatale ila diamo kono doro ku fo mon ko maata e ko ñim fertilizer alla do ko kono research ya itandi la ko yiri fengol fon sa fertilizer absorb no la through ila leaves wala yiri jambol ni wal sifad balaf la doro yol firingaye isaje alla senelal fana sa fa hamu no ken leke fertilizer mo
tonya baraka ba ko kuma yata ñun produit ko men kala ku kacha jang comme Mr Job ya fo nyame ni ajibe abemu e ka fo me organic wala mfendi me alongo chemical o mamma beje anyway nde buka lafi ka fo chemical o because ngam fo wala synthetic synthesizing the industrial synthesizing so mbuga I don't mbuga fa nyindo chemical mbuga fa nyindo but the other one can may use no nyin urea ni nyim fangolo synthesized fertilizer they are synthetic fertilizer but nyindo nyin atemu purely natural lem fe me alongo dal comme ça fo ko alandar fangolem ya jël because akabo mu ne bala be yang ngorengol be antiolu anim binol ten ñu ko wala muta ya grain ya process ya atabify mo ay ke fertilizer jimati yo so ni na raji be ngam fo fertilizer la kuoto fanam fertilizer ni ya ke bankoto al hala jamale ka ke je me alon ka katine ete mari senala ya mira ko e jambando kele bar jambando ni anafa amam futa so abol ko non dol fon la Gambia banko al halo bo nyamale ko ni na banko jibe sa fo kenya mulunga buka nyomuta bake yo so ni jambando ke banko to nin jiyo nata jiyo ka akule ay ji duma so jamabe je fifa ngo buka soto comme alafta soto la nyame womu challenge womu problem oti na famin glaldo ko say kata kungo to le yaje moli dol fang sama sa findro e jambando apply e jambando sari so aussi vai ka sari le do e ka ko dolo fa je bot na fami nyanta soto la buka wo keno problem oti and then fana ni jambando jibe ni men kata boto kona gas malem ni afintindi alhawala dron ni manta men be dron gas o nyimbe kata fonyo kono o buka ika fo inya iya wuli men kama pour ila fifen o senoto e buko soto je bar fana ka alhawa tinya nyele because nyin gasol lel katin nako climate change be batandi kan sainte ya jalol muslandal ti men yalon ko be nyin jambandi kulmal la ko don ka menul use nyim banko ka yo so manta be onata ke monet bir ñun la fata chemical bir ñun la fertilizer nata wan ngaje ko abe bota alandar fen wala bala sa fo chemical kuma mabe je flanja wana take a jimalem so mune atin na jima nafa nata wara jam wala nyinti ko ye yiroje la jambo wana bala balo fango aka jambando tahanole yaajele so ne jima ke ya spread yiro kan jambol ka tala e dun yiro kono ye nafa ala yiro fan bala balo ka tale andu menka ji banko kan menga ji banko kam because aka spray nyin ka kenya me sa fo ji fe mandi ngoten so na keta banko abuka na churchuro kono so membe banko kay kaje ko sain euro slow se muna fangal so nyun la jamano e baje la ko euro muntu mandang bele ke na fala bala banto membe banda jambol ning ala bulol ning everything wol be ka tale slow fanan ka ta so yaje ko ninga ramisal fe jambando ka kana system o kono ñun tabe ñame ñi jambandi dobe ñame ala kano sembote siala so it means that ka jama men ke ji jama be yiro ke na fano alal wayati nala ko nga kiskisirol men ke wo fintitan na kiskisirol tole because pourquoi kumo da kono fanundi fanam nga mera dal ñina mu ñina be kala kiskisir kunya sabanjang timbe men ke ya jala nga folo ke no manka mankundale manka mankundala mix farming center je tinto nga jabo do kuje ani mentengo nga nyin jambando ke je nga jambandi monokul ni nyin sukurmal fananke muran seta nga monokul ke nga nyum fananga ni nyim bole so na kiskisro me yitandin no nyin damma nyin do damma jima e kutum nyin so birin nate iflo bole fanan wona ratin na ko woye kutum nyum flo fanan bela so yaje ko akuma ya bata na kiskisro ko o mu manka mankundade bir wo botala nata na science ten kunu ni tata nari batra la ko nga mano do kuje anin mentengo koteke nga nyin jambandol yusi kan nyin jambandu kuto me to le asamana ani nyin molecule ni nitrogen membem bulu nge be keje so kunu wato men e bina birmbe je chiksis la nga katir sabanya katir nani njakon nyanta wala kala mentengo yo so nga men korosi nyin jimate niya keje always ni nga keje tilkilim fulanka je ko mentang ni aka jamba kutol lel bondi aka firi kutol bondi so aka mulunko mentang ni buka fa abuka bang so anytime ni spray jamba kutol sina flower kutol sina esaje ding kutol yena yes exactly fokunu nga nyina fo fanko sa ni nga nyin katina ni jango bala lafta wo mume o bondi la nga kuta make ko teke nga start fresh so
even signal can go out bandala but just before we wrap up the program I just want you to talk about your upcoming event just briefly on the 16th.
So on 16th, on the Thursday, we have a ceremony where we are going to award the most perspective adepts with the certificates as ambassadors of our product, and also we are going to wrap up our demonstration program with some ceremony awarding women farmer for their efforts, because this is what we are doing, empowering women in agriculture.
Thank you so much. Well, viewers, this is all we have for you in this episode of this program. I hope you guys will be back again to talk about your success stories. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching. This is all we had for you.
Embracing this ground, my people, my town, celebrating with this sound. We are feeling some type of way.